India's contributions in the development of science and technology.
Good evening, everyone. We are here to discuss about India's contribution to the development of science and technology. So the concept of zero as a digit was first introduced in India. So before the concept of zero as a digit, they used completely different symbols. For example, symbols for 9, 90, and 900. So this system has a couple of disadvantages. You can't really use it in mathematics or mathematical equation. So the use of zero, or the invention of zero, was a hugely significant development, one that is fundamental to mathematics, to calculus, physics, and engineering, which made the modern technology possible today. So the second is the decimal system. Decimal system and many other mathematical concepts were all born from India. In this system, each symbol received a value of position as well as an absolute value. The introduction of the decimal system is very important because we are able to express or write any number no matter how small or big it is.
Numerical notation. As early as 500 BCE or before the Common Era, Indians devised a system of different symbols for every number from 1 to 9. This notation was adopted by Arabs who call it the Hind numerals. Centuries later, this notation system was adopted by the Western world who call the Arabic numerals. Numbers have been a fact of life throughout recorded history. Early humans likely counted animals in a flock or members in a tribe using body parts or tally marks. But as the complexity of life increased, along with the number of things to count, these methods were no longer sufficient. So as they developed, different civilizations came up with the ways of recording higher numbers. Many of these systems, like Greek, Hebrew, and Egyptian numerals, were just extensions of tally marks with new symbols added to represent larger magnitudes of value. Several civilizations developed positional notation independently, including the Babylonians, the ancient Chinese, and the Aztecs. By the 8th century, Indian mathematicians had perfected such a system, and over the next several centuries, Arab merchants, scholars, and conquerors began to spread it into Europe. This was a decimal, or base 10 system, which could represent any number using only 10 unique glyphs. The positions of these symbols indicate different powers of 10, starting on the right and increasing as we move left. A key breakthrough of this system, which was also independently developed by the Mayans, was the number 0. By the 15th century, what we now know as the Hindu-Arabic numeral system had replaced Roman numerals in everyday life to become the most commonly used number system in the world. So why did the Hindu-Arabic system, along with so many others, use base 10? The most likely answer, it is the simplest.
Fibonacci or Fibonacci numbers is one of the famous names in mathematics. We were taught in our algebra that it was Leonardo of Pisa, or Fibonacci himself, who discovered the Fibonacci sequence. The so-called Fibonacci was actually discovered by the ancient Indians, and it first appeared in Indian mathematics as Matramero mentioned by Pingala in connection with the Sanskrit tradition of prosody. Leonardo of Pisa wanted to revive ancient mathematics and encountered the Fibonacci sequence in Indian mathematics. He even credited the Indians in his book Liber Abaci, who really first discovered this Fibonacci sequence or numbers. Later on, the methods for the formation of these numbers were given by mathematicians Virahanka, Kupala, and Hemakanda, much before the Italian mathematician, which is Leonardo of Pisa or Fibonacci, who introduced the fascinating sequence to Western and European mathematics.
Dagdag kaalaman, who was discovered ruler? Ang nakadiscover po ng ruler ay si Anton Ulrich. Sino nga ba si Anton Ulrich? So, si Anton Ulrich ay isang German industrialist and also inventor. Tapos, co-founder siya ng Gebrüder Ulrich in the Rhineland-Palatinate. So, bakit nga ba inimbento ang ruler? So, some of the first ruler date all the way back to 2650 BC. The ruler is a staple in any workshop, acting as a basic tool. Ginagamit ito para sukatin yung length and gumuhit ng tuwid na linya, and also serving as a guide for cutting. Yun lang po. Ruler is one of the India's contribution in the development of science and technology. Elders of the Indus Valley civilization in both now Pakistan and Western India have had rulers of ivory uncovered ruins. One such specimen was even calibrated to 1 to 16 inches, less than 2 millimeters. These kinds of rulers were clearly very prominent, as even wrecks of the valley building were found to follow the same measurement.
Next is the weighing scale. The oldest weighing scale relics have been discovered in the Indus River Valley near present-day Pakistan and date back to around 2000 BC. The first weighing scales were actually balances, with two plates attached on the overhead beam, which was then fixed to a central pole. So, what exactly do we mean by scale? A scale, also known as balance, is a device used to measure weight or mass. Mass scales, weight scales, mass balances, and weight balances are the other names for this. Now, what is the use of weighing scale? Weighing scales and balances calculate weight by measuring the force applied to the load cell. They then convert the result to mass and display it in a variety of mass units. The result would be measured in newtons if they did not convert it to kilos or pounds. Scales, on the other hand, produce varying results based on gravity.
Cataract surgery. India physicians were known to practice a different kind of cataract surgery. That now the Greeks in about 200 BC, it was performed with a tool called the Jabamukhi Salaka, a curved needle used to loosen the lens and push the cataract out of the field of vision. So Greek scientists of the time traveled to India to see their surgeries, and the technique was even introduced into China. Cataract surgery, also called replacement surgery, is the removal of natural lens of the eye that has developed on opacification, which is referred to as cataract. Plastic surgery. Historians believe plastic surgery was being carried out in India as early as near 2000 BC. To clarify, plastic in this phrase does not refer to the petroleum byproduct, but to plastic or the art of modeling malleable flesh. Eventually, it was ancient India physician Sushruta who was credited with being the father of plastic surgery. Around 600 BC, whose books the teachings eventually made their way to Europe centuries later. So, plastic surgery is the function, structural and aesthetic restoration of manner of defects and deformities.
Last in our list is Ayurveda. The ancient Indian medical system, also known as the Ayurveda, is based on ancient writings that rely on a natural and holistic approach to physical and mental health. Ayurvedic medicine is one of the world's oldest medical systems and remains one of India's traditional healthcare systems. Ayurvedic treatment combines products mainly derived from plants but may also include animals, metal, and mineral. So, siyempre, yung diet, exercise, and lifestyle din. So, kung tutuusin, parang dito din nag-derive yung mga doctor quack-quack natin dito sa Pilipinas, which is yung mga manghihilot or yung mga albularyo. So, fun fact about the Ayurveda, according to Ayurveda, the human body or the physical entity is composed of three fundamental categories called doshas, dhatus, and malas. The doshas are 3 in number, the dhatus are 7, and the malas are 3. The 3 doshas are vata, pitta, and kapha. So, referred to as the father of Indian medicine, Charaka was the first physician to present the concept of digestion, metabolism, and immunity in his book. So, si Charaka nga daw na galing India is siya yung, dito pala nang galing yung concept na metabolism and immunity, pati na din yung digestion. Charaka's ancient manual on preventive medicine remained in standard work on the subject for 2 millennia. So, akalain nyo yun, naging standard yung work ni Charaka na galing sa India civilization. Sa buong mundo, naging standard siya ng health system. So, and it was translated into many foreign languages, including Arabic and Latin. So, paano nga ba ginagawa yung Ayurveda? The scalp in Ayurveda is composed of multiple energy-relieving points called marmas. Hair oiling o yung pagpapahid ng oil sa bumbunan o sa ulo then is seen as a rejuvenation tool. Oiling the scalp helps extract any excess doshas that accumulate in the head, the seat of all decision-making, thinking, and stress, thereby restoring balance.